Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of TED Talk Stamps. I've got a few things to talk about today, not the least of which is my mail. Right now, I'm living in temporary quarters, and I have all my mail, including my stamp mail, sent to my daughter's address, and she brought me a pretty good handful yesterday. So I'll share that with you. And then I got a few more tidbits to share, some breaking news from earlier this year. And then let's see if I can get to my main event. If I can't, if it starts to run a little long, I'll just turn that into another episode. So let's start. First we have this one, which consists of, I've been, I have a HipStamp store, and a lot of my stamp spending goes to buying inventory for the store, and I really neglect my own personal collection. And so here's one that, let me get this tape off. This is a New Zealand Scott number 124. This was from 1906. There was a exhibition in Christchurch. This is the Christchurch exhibition issue. And this one's kind of tough to find as a full set. And not only that, it's tough to find in decent condition. As you can see, it has pretty ragged edges. So that's kind of normal for this issue. This one I found, it was fairly decently centered. I thought, well, that'd be a nice pickup. I have another one from the set. I don't have it at hand, or as the Brits would say, to hand. I don't have it near me right now, but maybe as I edit this, I'll stick that up there too. It's number 123. It's also got the ragged edges, but it's got fairly decent centering. So that was a pleasant pickup. Then I have this one. This one was from Canada. Oh, one thing I noticed while going through these. Well, this one was canceled. These are nice clean stamps. Anyone from Canada wants some postage? Drop me a line. I'll steam them off and send them to you. So what was in here? Oh, let's see. Tape. I ever tell you I hate tape. Getting them out of these bulletproof packages is more dangerous than not having the tape on them. Alright, so, okay. So this is one of my favorite areas for my personal collection. These are some Swiss semi-postals. Some early ones. Scott numbers B18 to B20. And these are postally used, which are nice to get for the early Swiss, because semi-postals, as you know, have an extra charge added besides the postage, which goes to a charity. And a lot of people don't want to spend more for on a postage stamp than they have to. So semi-postals get relatively, a lot less usage than regular postage stamps. So it's nice to find them postally used. The other set I got in there was an early Swiss again. These are all this 3 stamps of the same design. These are airmails. Scott number C13 through 15. Yep. I really like that design. Oh, they're not all the same. 2 of them are the same. One's the same thing, only different. There's the that's the different design. Then we had, this is from the American Philatelic Society. They the APS shut down their own online stamp store and moved the stamp sales operation to HipStamp. So if you want to buy stamps from the APS, you go to HipStamp and look up the APS stamp store. Okay, now we're getting into some nice stuff here. My bestest area. I like the old classic Germany and old Germany, or German states. And here we have a couple of stamps from Bavaria. See if I can get a good look at this. What's our catalog number? This is catalog 10 and 11. Oh, yes. Well, this other set is also 10 and 11. But you will notice that, let's see if I could flip this. More tape. Okay, let me put these two together. These are both numbers 10 and 11. And you'll see that those number 10s on the left are 2 distinctly different shades. So I'll have to check the catalog, see what's going on there. Did they make a mistake? Or do I have a rare and valuable color variation? Right. Okay, next. See another one. Not canceled. Oh yeah. Some more old Germany. Well, these are German colonies. This is German New Guinea, showing the Kaiser's yacht. And then here's German East Africa with the same design, only different. It's the Kaiser's yacht. And then 3 more from German Southwest Africa. And this one shows the Kaiser's yacht. Let's see. Okay, a second order from the same dealer. What did I just take? No, it wasn't. That was Frederick Mathis. This is from Tim Green. 2 orders. And here we have, that's Bavaria number 11 and Bavaria number 11. And next one is all jumbled up. Let me see if I could separate these and give you a better look. Oh, here's a nice one. One of my favorite collecting areas are the Coil joint line pairs of the U.S. Joint line pairs from stamps that are printed on the Stickney rotary press and you got two curved plates, thin plates that go around a cylinder, and then where they meet, about every 11 stamps or so, maybe more, I forget now, ink will collect in the joint between the two plates, and you'll get the joint line there printed on the stamp. And a few other countries like Canada, Czechoslovakia, Sweden, they also bought Stickney rotary presses, and you can find sometimes joint line pairs of their stamps. But like in the case of Sweden, the Swedes don't care about joint line pairs, so you don't really see them much. So it's always kind of a special treat for me to find a Swedish joint line pair. And this one I like particularly because the stamps are centered, top to bottom and left to right, and the line goes straight through the perforations. Most of the time the line will be off center or even completely miss the perforation. So this is what I like to see in a line pair. What else in his order? Okay, more German states. These are from the German state of Boden, and they all look the same, only different. It's just a numeral in the center in different colors. These were numbers 2 through 4 and 6 through 8. So there's building up my Boden collection for German states. Got another one here. This one did get canceled. Whoop-de-doo. And this is a couple of sets from Dominican Republic. I think a lot of Central America as a whole is overlooked by collectors. There are a lot of nice sets, and probably a lot of them that are undervalued too, because you can find big holes. You go through HipStamp and look up, say, a certain country like Panama, you'll find big gaps where in the catalog numbering where you can't find stamps for these, and they're not expensive stamps. They're inexpensive, $1 or $2 for a set, but you just don't find them. So here's one nice set, and this one. Let me get that. This one's a really nice looking set. That's real nice. In fact, I liked it so much I bought a second set from another dealer. Okay, then finally, last one is another order from the APS store. This consists of an 1867 Switzerland number 55A with a nice blue cancel circular date stamp. Let's see if I can show that. And the other set I ordered was another Dominican Republic. This is fresh, never hinged. Catalog numbers 383 to 88. So that's mail call. Moving on, I got some breaking news. Iceland has ceased postage stamp production. Okay, that's not breaking news. That happened over 3 years ago in October of 2020. And it's not because they don't need postage stamps anymore. They just don't need to make any more postage stamps. They said, we got plenty in inventory right now. It's going to take us into the next millennium before they're used up. So they've gone 3 years without printing any new postage stamps until June of this year. They shocked the philatelic world. Shocked, I tell you, when they unveiled a new stamp design. And the official first day of issue was the 23rd of August. So I'm not too late with the news, really, am I? Anyways, it is this miniature sheet of 4 stamps showing different views of Iceland's environment taken by drone photography. And they depict fire, ice, and the northern lights. And it was issued to commemorate the 150th anniversary of the first finish. No, why do I keep saying finish? And it was issued to commemorate the first Icelandic postage stamp 150 years ago. And don't bother, I've done the math for you. And my calculations came out to 1873, give or take a decimal point. Now, Finland, I hope I haven't said Finland earlier. I keep saying that in the outtakes. Iceland Post says this is just a one-off deal, just to commemorate the postage stamp anniversary. We're not planning any more postage stamps in the future. Yeah, we'll see in 50 years, huh? Now it seems that the Vatican has a hard time steering clear of controversies, and the same goes for their postage stamps. For instance, in 2017, the Vatican Post issued this stamp commemorating, of all things, the 400th anniversary of the Protestant Reformation. Now, they received a lot of backlash from Catholics wondering what the heck they're doing honoring that heretic Martin Luther. Good question. And in 2020, the Vatican found themselves in legal hot water when street artist Alicia Babro found that they had used one of her pictures, which she had pasted onto the side of a bridge, for that year's Easter issue. The Vatican hadn't done so much as credit her, much less compensate her for the use of her creative property. And in fact, when she wrote to the Vatican Post about it, she was blessed only with crickets. The artist is now suing the Vatican for $160,000 in damages. I haven't been able to find the current status of the lawsuit. And now, as they say in hockey, the Vatican has turned a hat trick. In May of this year, which is 2023 for those who may be watching in the future, Vatican Post issued this stamp for World Youth Day, depicting Pope Francis leading a group of children up the Monument to the Discoveries in Lisbon, Portugal. Now, this monument was erected in 1960 under the aegis of the Portuguese dictator at the time, Antonio Salazar, and it celebrates the colonial expansionism of Portugal in the 15th century. Given the fact that the Vatican has recently repudiated that doctrine of discovery, which legitimized Spain and Portugal's colonial conquests, it's a bit understandable that more than a few people were chagrined at this symbology and the mixed messages it sent. So after 2 days, all the stamps were withdrawn from sale and replaced with this nondescript stamp for World Youth Day. As for the withdrawn stamps, well, as I said, they were on sale for 2 days, so some of them got out. And I found a couple listings on eBay and HipStamp, but actually they were only one dealer. And he's asking over $900 for one stamp. I think I'll wait for the market to cool off before I jump in there. I guess this will be more of a Philatelic Tidbits episode after all. It's running kind of long with that mail call I had. So I'll leave my main feature for the next episode and close with this one. This is a fun fact that I just learned last week. You all know that the first postage stamp is the penny black issued by Great Britain in 1840. And most of you probably know too that the first postage stamp issued by New Zealand depicted Queen Victoria in this pose, and this stamp has a name also, much like penny black. This one is called the Challen head, named after the artist who painted the portrait on which this is based. His name was Challen Head. No. That was Edward Challen, I think. I'll put a correction caption if I'm wrong. But anyways, this stamp was issued in 1855. That was New Zealand's first issue, and it remained in use for many years. About 18 years, I think. This was the only design they used. Now, here's where the fun fact comes in. Over the first 15 years of life of the Challen head stamps, counting all the designs, not all the designs, but all the denominations, all the issues that were issued, all the denominations and colors, in 15 years there were approximately 600,000 Challen heads printed. Contrast that with the penny black of Great Britain. On the first day of issue in May of 1840, it sold 600,000 copies. That's it. I don't have a punchline. So anyways, that's your fun fact for the day, and that's our fun episode for this week. So thanks for joining me again. And until next time, this is Ted the Talking Stamp Collector wishing you all happy... Oh, I was going to say happy Thanksgiving, but that reminds me. Did you all have a happy Thanksgiving? I did, because the Detroit Lions won? No, they didn't. The Detroit Lions lost, but that doesn't make me happy. The Dallas Cowboys won, but most importantly, the Michigan Wolverines won against Ohio State, the Buckeyes. So, anyways, as I was saying, until next time, happy stamping.